Flyin Brian J, MMAmania.com. The return of Rowdy Ronda Rousey takes place at UFC 207, where she will try to regain the Women's Bantamweight Championship against the current champion, Amanda the Lioness Nunes. Let's go over some keys to victory right after I ask you to please give the video a thumbs up and tell me who you're picking in the comment section down below. Let's go with Ronda first. What she needs to do is obviously get those hips on Amanda, get that takedown, and search for the armbar. But in doing so, she needs to be really aware, mindful of her striking defense and head movement. Because if she just comes right at a straight line and just chases Amanda, she's gonna eat straight punch after straight punch. She also needs to utilize a little better footwork than we saw from her in her fight against Holly Holm. And she needs to show a little bit of patience. If she can't get Amanda down in the very first try, she needs to, be patient, kind of recuperate, recover a little bit, and not just chase Amanda once again eating those straight punches. Show a little bit of patience and show a little bit more diversity with her whole overarching game. I know that just the straightforward take you down, rip that arm off has worked against a lot of ladies in the past. I don't think it's going to work against Amanda Nunes. What does Nunes need to do? She needs to utilize angles, footwork, and straight punches, and I think that perhaps she should not throw any kicks whatsoever, because if she throws a kick, especially if she throws a spinning back kick or a spinning kick at all, that would really allow Ronda to get in on those hips and look for that takedown. She needs to utilize angles. When Ronda's coming straight at her, she just get off that center line and throw straight punches. Not many looping ones, because once again, if she's throwing looping punches, Ronda's going to be able to get in on her and look for that takedown. Amanda too needs to utilize a little bit of patience and kind of conserve some of that gas tank. If she can't get Ronda out with like the first 10 strikes, well, it might take her a little bit longer to get it done. So she needs to use some of that gas tank later on in the first round and kind of maybe just build up the violence that she's going to be putting on Ronda as the first round goes on. We can't really expect her to have too much gas tank in the second and third round, fourth and fifth if it were to go there. But in the first round, she can't just come straight out there and expect to get Ronda out early. She needs to show a little bit of patience and utilize straight punches. Here's some questions that I have, starting with Amanda. I don't know where her gas tank is going to be. When she lost to Kat Zingano, after that she moved to ATT, and she was really focused on utilizing some patience and conserving her gas tank, using violence in a more conservative way. Now, she's a really violent girl, but again, she can't just have a 1-minute burst of violence and then do nothing. When she fought Valentina Shevchenko, coming into that fight, I thought she would show a little better gas tank because she had been with ATT for a while, but she looked awful in that third round. In fact, she tried for some ill-advised takedowns, really sloppy, and she got put on her back, and Valentina searched for some submissions in that third round. If that were to happen against Ronda, well, Ronda's probably going to rip that arm off and take it right to the bank on her way to victory. My questions about Ronda Rousey are ample. The first one, a lot of people are going to be talking about her ring rust. And actually, this is going to be surprising to you. I think that her being away from the octagon for a year and 15 days is actually going to be good. Despite Reed Kuhn with Kelly Krieger, their book Fightnomics, where they say that a fighter who's been away from the octagon for more than 12 months only wins 35% of the time, I always throw a caveat in there. If the fighter is coming off of a brutal knockout, they should probably sit out for at least a year. We don't know too much about brain trauma and CTE, but isn't it just common sense that when somebody's brain gets rattled around in their skull, they should probably take a lot of time off and kind of recuperate? Look at Jimmy Manuwa. He got knocked out by Rumble Johnson, took a long time off, over a year, came back and looked better than ever against Ova in St. Preux. So what I'm saying here is I don't really buy into the ring rust thing with Ronda Rousey. But people like Jimmy Manuwa, they were really honing their skills in that time. I question Ronda's ability to really hone those skills in that time because I don't have a lot of faith or belief in her camp. Edmond Tarverdian is widely known as one of the worst coaches in MMA, but she stuck with him. So maybe it could be working for her. We also don't know much about if she's brought in high-level training partners to really prepare for this fight. But Conor McGregor, when he was fighting Nate Diaz the second time, he brought in a bunch of high-level guys like Dylan Dennis to really prepare for Nate Diaz. Has Ronda been doing that for the specific stylistic matchup? I don't think so. And I don't think that the areas that she needs to improve on could have got that much better for this fight, especially her striking and her striking defense. And I wonder what she was focused on. If she was focused on jiu-jitsu and takedowns, I think that would be her best way to do it, because you kind of got to dance with the partner that brought you, right? Her submission game, her judo, her jiu-jitsu. That's where she should have focused. If she was focusing on her boxing, I don't really have that much confidence in her. So how do I see this fight going down? The last thing is that Ronda seems mentally broken. When she did the face-off with Amanda Nunes at the pre-fight press conference at UFC 205 and kind of stormed off the stage like a 3-year-old child or some shit like that, I was like, Ronda's broken. And since that time, she has said that she's not doing any media leading up to UFC 207, and she's being kind of a drama queen. She hates the MMA media because they were mean to her after her knockout loss to Holly Holm. And I'm just like, come on, lady. They were doing their jobs. They reported the facts. You got knocked out. Look at Conor McGregor. He got tapped out by Nate Diaz, and he's like, look, hey, I'm gonna come back better than ever. If Ronda could have just, like, oh shoot, I lost. Let's just recuperate from that and I'll come back and I'll be better, I would have some more confidence in her. That, and if she would have a better coach. But she doesn't. So for that reason, and that Amanda Nunes is extremely violent, throws those straight punches, and I don't think Ronda's gonna utilize much head movement, I've got Amanda Nunes via KO or TKO in the very first round. Please, once again, tell me who you're picking, Rowdy, Ronda, or Amanda, the Lioness, in the comment section down below. If the fight goes into the second and third round, I would favor Ronda by submission, but I don't think it goes there. Anyway, please give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on my next one. Namaste. Cheers.